ISSC Thiruvananthapuram, Indian Space Research Organization, Government of India, Sri S. Ramakrishnan to deliver the graduation day address.
I am Dr. Rangarajan, Dr.Rangarajan Mahalakshmi, Dr. Kishore Kumar, Dr. Partha, my young graduating friends, their parents, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it a pleasure to be here this evening to be part of this graduation ceremony of this institution which is gaining more and more recognition and fame in a short span of time since its inception, doing human service to the student population in the city of Chennai and its suburbs. I feel happy because I also belong to Anna University, and today's graduation ceremony is to the college which is affiliated to Anna University. And as it was pointed out, this is a day which you will remember for a long time. It's a change of phase of life. You are shifting from student life, a life of sort of enjoyment and carefree, and to the patronage of your parents, to becoming a responsible adult, taking up some vocation. Definitely, you will have mixed feelings of joy that you have crossed your major milestone in life, feelings of anxiety, what future holds for you, also nostalgic feelings of that you are going to miss your close friends. I am sure all of us at some point of time in our life look back wistfully at our student days, because I still believe that student days are the most enjoyable time in one's life. This is the time to take stock of your priorities and goals in life. This is the time for you to decide what you want to be in your future life and plan for it. Some of you may have academic inclination to pursue higher studies. Some of you would have already got placement. You will be anxiously looking forward to your joining the new job. But for some people who felt after they were halfway through the course that this course or the subject what they have chosen is not to their liking or not to their passion, for all of them, this gives you an opportunity for changing your course also, because today there are no rigid compartmentalization and it is easy for you to change over from what you have been doing so far to the area in which you have deep interest and passion. The flexibility in the education system provides for it, and you can plan your bridge course or the higher studies to reorient your future in the line of your interest for those who have not chosen the right course at the beginning. So these are all the possibilities. In fact, today the possibilities in the education field is tremendous. Not only in the conventional education, going to an institution, one can also pursue, even when you are doing the job, a course of your interest as a part-time course, as an online course. In fact, in today's life, education is a continuing affair, and the learning doesn't stop with your graduation. You have to learn continuously to keep pace with the changing demands of the environment and the society and the market, and also to keep pace with the galloping technology and developments taking place in other areas. Now in the job front, again, you have large and variety of options. In fact, today there are several job titles which were unheard of 2 decades back. There are new avenues with the globalization and the developments taking place all over the country. The job opportunities are also plenty, and you have option to play variety of roles. Though you are graduating, as many of you, perhaps all of you are graduating as engineers, today's job market provides the flexibility for you to take over several roles in the society and in the industry, which is close to your heart and which also is in which you have deep interest and talent. The flexibility is there. In fact, that is something which was not there about 3 to 4 decades back. Everything was straight-jacketed and the options were very few, but today you have those options. Now coming back to engineering, all of you are engineering graduates. You must realize that engineering is applied science. Engineers are supposed to create technology, infrastructure and create products to improve the quality of life. It is in fact a creative job. Gives you plenty of scope for showing your creativity. Quite often the engineering students who join our organization, when we ask them what you want to do, they all say we want to do design. There's a wrong concept that design is the glorified job of any engineer. Design is the white collar job, and that is what everyone should do. In fact, if you understand engineering properly, engineering is all about creating new products. So the design is only the starting point, and one has to convert the design into detail engineering, convert it into drawings, select the material, fabricate the prototype, test it, qualify it. In fact, quality control is a job, quality assurance is a job, testing engineer is a job, and finally you have to produce it in numbers and do the marketing. So there are a variety of roles, and also as engineers you have to understand that it is not a one-man job. When you are trying to develop a new product or a new service or a new infrastructure, it's a team effort where people having talents and interest in the various aspects of engineering, as I just now mentioned, design, manufacturing, materials, integration, testing, quality assurance, all of them should work together as a team. So one should be prepared to be a part of the team. That's very important in today's society and industrial environment. Your ability to work as a team is going to make you a very valuable member of any industry or a new enterprise you join. Your team working skill is very important. I urge that all of you develop that interpersonal skills and be a team player. Again, in today's industrial environment, the product development has become totally different from what it was in the early days. All of you are aware of the revolutionary developments which have taken place in the IT and IT-enabled industry and the computer tools, analytical tools. Today the product development time cycle has shrunk. The market demands also require the product yesterday. So there is no time for you to spend in going serially and sequentially to develop a product from concept to finally putting it into the market. Today, with the type of tools, the net-based tools available, the concurrent engineering concepts where several designers and teams, including manufacturing and material specialists, work together through interacting through internet, the product development cycle has shrunk, and it has to be in the market in a very short span of time if it has to be competitive and relevant. Because if you take 5 years to develop a product, by the time it comes out, it is no more relevant and no more wanted by the customer. So this is something which all of you should be aware of when you are entering into an industrial environment. The globalization has also made the whole business of engineering and product development a competitive, cost-effective endeavor. Unless you are competitive and cost-effective, you cannot compete in the open market. So The emphasis is no more on just talking about high-tech, exotic development devices. You have to see the relevance of it and make it cost-effective if you want to be a successful engineer and designer to develop a product. The technological advancements today, I don't have to tell you, it's something mind-boggling and unimaginable. Some of the technologies what we have today is the realms of magic. All of us are aware of the convergence of computer, communication and the mobile technology. Today it looks as though you are able to just gather information or gather a piece of movie just out of thin air by a wave of hand. You have a mobile and you can capture anything. All data is available at your fingertips. Similarly, you are able to communicate from any point on the globe to any point. All these have become possible in a very short time. Again, I just now saw your student project display. All of you are aware of the kinds of robots which are being designed and developed and put to use. The robotics. Today we are talking about robotic surgery. A surgeon at some place and a robot is obeying his commands and then carry out the surgery at a distance. So robotic surgery is already in place in several hospitals. Virtual reality. One can make his presence virtually available at many places through virtual reality. And only thing, physical transportation has not been possible, but virtually you can be present at several places. And several advances in the biotechnology, again, as in the recent past, has revolutionized our concept of management of diseases, management of the genetic engineering. Engineering has got into medical field also. The design of genetically engineered medicine as well as genetically engineered counter microbes, parasites to combat diseases, to do several useful functions. Same way, the materials technology, again, it is a key technology. When we were about 3-4 decades back, the material sciences was study of materials as they are. Like we talked about metallic materials, non-metallic materials, their properties, strengths, design using them. Today, the material science has changed to material engineering in the sense you are constructing materials. It is no more naturally occurring materials. You are able to engineer materials. Materials with graded property, material with specific property, what you want. The composites started in a small way, mimicking the natural wood. But today the composites has advanced so much that we have products of extremely lightweight with a very high strength, which was not imaginable. If you take the modern aircraft like the Boeing 787 or the LCA, about 60 to 70% of the structure is made of composites, no more this metallic, and that has revolutionized the total area. And all of you are aware of the recent trends in the nanomaterials. One expects that when the carbon tube becomes available, the total, our concept of the construction as well as the hardware is going to entirely change. One can lift the entire car, a person can lift in a hand. That kind of lightweight hardware is going to be available. Also the combination of electronics with micro manufacturing techniques has made it possible for several embedded sensors which we can make smart articles. The articles which not only can repair itself but which can also monitor its health, and also one can monitor the person who is wearing a particular, for example, a smart dress which can monitor the health of the person who is wearing it. Such kind of technologies are developing. They are really very, very exciting fields for all of you to enter into and also contribute if you have a passion. Other area, of course, the aerospace. Since I come from that area, I can talk more confidently about that. All of you are aware the excitement of flying in the air It was just a little more than 100 years back that Wright brothers showed that heavier than air objects can be made to fly in air. And then the kind of revolutionary developments which have taken place in the aircraft. Today we have jetliners, and the intercontinental travel is possible in the matter of a day or half a day, hours. Very soon, what is expected is our ability to do merge the air travel with space travel, the aerospace, a suborbital hop from one continent to other continent in a matter of hours. 2 hours you can be from this side of the globe to the other side of the globe by doing a suborbital hop through the space. This is something which is very seriously being addressed and developed, and soon it will become a reality. Now, other offshoot of our ability to, in fact, if we say 100 years of our air travel, our ability to go to space, it has happened about 50 years back, 1957 exactly. And from then on, the kind of development which have taken place, the first thing is that our ability to observe our Earth from space through satellite monitoring has totally revolutionized our concept of our Earth and its environment and ecology. It has made us realize what is happening on Earth. All of you should be aware of the kind of data we have gathered from satellite, which talks about the hole in the ozone coverage over the poles, the shrinking of ice cap, the rise in the sea level, the global warming effect. All these things we were able to today precisely monitor because of our ability to look at Earth from the vantage point of space. And having done this, we are now today able to understand the fragility of the ecosystem of the Earth. That is why today, though initially people were skeptical that the technology development at this rate, the Earth cannot sustain, today everyone has come around and says, yes, the technology development and consumerism has indeed got an effect on the ecosystem of the Earth. And today we are talking about green propellants, green technology, how to make the development itself sustainable so that the Earth resources are available for the future generation. This is something great which has happened due to our ability to look at Earth from space and do measurements and convince the people that unless we take serious steps today, we are in a runaway condition. It's something remarkable, and this indeed also gives an opportunity for especially the people from India to step in, because it's an area, the development of appropriate technology, development of renewable energy, development of recyclable materials. These are all areas where we can get into a niche heaven, and I'm sure some of you who have got entrepreneurial aptitude should get into these areas. They are really very potentially upcoming areas, and I advise you to look into these activities which will help you in your planning your future. Today, in the space technology, we are on par with developed countries. We already have a very strong Earth resource monitoring system. We also have the communication satellite, and very soon we are going to have our own GPS, the navigation satellite system. The first satellite will be launched in the month of June by PSLV, and 7 such satellites will make Indian regional navigation system possible. Similarly, we are into having met the basic requirements of meeting the development needs. We have started in a big way the planetary exploration. The Chandrayaan-1 was the first step, and we would have also seen in the press we are going to have a mission to Mars. In fact, Mars has been studied extensively by robotic exploration, and it's potentially Earth-like, and study of Mars is going to give us a lot of inputs on the ecology of Earth and how it is going to evolve in future. In fact, there is a doubt whether the life initially was there in Mars and it got extinct, or our life started from Mars. These are all very interesting questions to be answered, and people who have passion for this kind of studies, and they can definitely go to aerospace. Aerospace is a very exacting discipline of engineering. You are all aware, any aerospace system cannot afford to have a failure, because any failure in an aircraft or a space system is catastrophe. There is no question of partial failure, either it is a success or failure. So it is challenging the engineering discipline to its limit, and people who are deeply committed for engineering, to do hardcore engineering, aerospace will be a field which will be very satisfying to you. This I am telling you from a personal experience. So we have got several opportunities, especially in the area of materials and energy. These are the hot fields today, even very relevant to our country. So any of you who want to do any future post-graduation studies, try to select these areas where you have a lot of potential to contribute. Now, wide spectrum of options are there in front of you, and definitely you also have a lot of access to information, but information alone will not be able to guide you. You need some advice from your mentors, from your well-wishers, parents and seniors. Because information, today we are flooded with information, but information is not knowledge and knowledge is not wisdom. This comes only through when the information is tampered with experience and analysis, the wisdom will come. So kindly take the advice of your seniors and your parents in making your future path. As I see on this day, I would also urge you to pay heed for development of personal qualities. As you are entering a professional life, one should always keep in mind that integrity, honesty and professional ethics are something which all of you should include as your personal value system and try to impact in your future professional life. Same way, as you are going to rise, you become engineers, and I am sure will become economically better and rise in the state of society. Please continue to have compassion, continue to have your youthful idealism. The sense of fairness and justice is maximum when you are young. As a child, you are always very fair. But as you become adult, you become skeptic, you become cynic, and then the sense of fairness tapers off. But I urge you, please keep the same level of optimism and sense of fairness in your future life. And same way, fraternity and your secular beliefs should sustain you in your future life also. The social responsibility, as it was pointed out, you are a very, very privileged selected few who have been able to graduate in a higher discipline, high technology areas. Kindly think of less privileged people and do whatever you can to uplift them. And also, please do not forget your parents who have sacrificed all they had to see you as graduates and to make you rise in life. And also your teachers who have enabled you, who have guided you, and who have made you what you are today. I am sure each one of you, if you slowly discover your strengths and also choose a profession in which you have passion and put in hard work, you will all receive recognition and rewards in your future life. As it is sooner or later it will happen. Same way, don't be put off by occasional setbacks and failures. Everyone faces, but how you face it is very important. Treat it as a stepping stone and go forward with determination. I am extremely happy to be here today to talk to you. I wish each one of you a very interesting, satisfying career and a glorious future. God bless you. Thank you. Jai Hind.